Hello, we're Sports and Touring. My name is Tim, and it is a great pleasure to introduce you to a rare and exotic sports car, the Peugeot RCZ R. The French are renowned, of course, for their expertise with wine and cuisine and fashion and sports cars. Renault and Peugeot over the years have built some very fine and very fast cars. And it's a huge pleasure to introduce you to this. The flagship at the time of the Peugeot range, the most powerful car they had built at the moment that they produced the RCZ R. They took the stunning lines of the RCZ with that amazing double bubble roof and the beautiful proportions of the design, and they added to it an engine producing 267 horsepower, with a large turbocharger helping in that process, and a range of refinements to the powertrain, suspension and brakes, which turned what was already an appreciable little machine into a giant slayer. This little car, traction limited though it is, achieves a 0 to 60 time of 5.9 seconds and goes on to a top speed of 155 miles per hour. And they're rare. There were only 305 imported into the United Kingdom. This one in Moroccan red looks great. It is, of course, a used car. It isn't perfect. There is the odd little imperfection here and there, but it presents itself very well indeed. There is still great luster in this beautiful pearlescent paintwork. The alloy wheels are very nearly perfect. They are certainly undamaged. The tyres are Avon ZV7s with plentiful tread, and they're a great tyre for this little sports car. This car drives absolutely perfectly as Peugeot intended it should. The road holding and handling are incredible. Evo magazine said that it gives a tremendous feeling of control to the driver. And I have thoroughly enjoyed the driving I've been doing since this car came to join us here at Trinley. Let's take a look inside. The car's supplied, of course, with the owner's handbook pack and 2 remote key fobs. And unlocking there, we can see the power fold mirrors deploy. I'll just point out there's a useful pool light under there, which illuminates the curb as you're getting in and out by night. And opening the door, we can take in this beautiful cockpit, a combination of classic French design values and high technology, with beautiful materials too. Leather and Alcantara for the seats, with the R logo there badged on the headrest. It is a 2+2, so the rear seat big enough for a couple of adults for a short journey, or if you've got kids, they'll fit in there quite easily. I love the way that Peugeot have made the rear seat belts disappear into their little stowages when not in use, and when you need to, you pull them out and they clip in to make a normal 3-point seat belt for the rear seat occupants. The condition everywhere is very good, perfect carpets, look at those beautiful pedals, and the door card, again with this gorgeous stitched leather, looks fabulous. Sitting down into the car, and it's a comfortable place to be with really good technology, including that deployable multimedia screen. We'll start the engine and have a listen to the lovely exhaust note from this 1.6 engine. There we are. A gentle purr, which does come to life when you start driving the car hard. Looking around the cockpit, useful centre armrest with a stowage underneath it. Manual handbrake, of course, perfect for performance driving. Again, the R badge there on the centre console. 12-volt supply for your phone charging. Dual zone climate control with air conditioning, so you and your passenger can have temperatures of your choosing. And there is the infotainment control. It's got FM, AM and DAB radio, along with Bluetooth music streaming, Bluetooth telephone of course, and as you can see, satellite navigation. And that beautiful clock there setting off the centre of the dashboard. The instrument binnacle itself, a beautiful rev counter on the left and the speedo on the right, which is set off with chrome bezels, and that's one of the touches on this car that acknowledges classic French styling alongside the technology and performance of this particular model. 6-speed manual gearbox with a lovely action. It's a relatively short throw and a very positive engagement in each gear. Again, the clutch and brakes and throttle are perfectly laid out. You can heel and toe in this car without any difficulty. Over on the left here, if I offset the steering wheel slightly, we've got the cruise control, which also has a speed limiter function, useful through the roadworks on the motorway. And over on the right there, the stalk for controlling the infotainment without taking your hands off the steering wheel. Again, the condition throughout the car is very good indeed. It's a fine example of this very rare sports machine. The passenger side of the car just as impressive as the driver's side. A perfect door card. Again, unblemished carpet and seat. And we can see this side of the rear seat is just as good too. A credit to its 3 owners. This car is in very good condition indeed in the interior. Most impressive. You might look at the RCZ and think that it's a hatchback, but it isn't. It has a boot with that beautiful big spoiler on, and of course the R badge denoting that this is a very serious piece of machinery. The boot itself is huge. I mean, it genuinely is enormous. You'd easily get 2 big solid suitcases in there. If you were packing soft bags, there's plenty of space to set off to the mountains forever, really, with a boot this size. Useful stowage underneath as well, and in there we've got the tyre inflation kit and the tie-down net as well, which goes in the luggage area to stop your belongings from moving around as you're enjoying winding roads in this fabulous machine. The French are experts at designing a compact engine bay with a lot of power in it, and here is a great example of that art being practiced. The 4-cylinder inline engine with that big turbocharger on the side, which delivers the significant volumes of air into those cylinders to produce the incredible amount of power from this little block. Marler pistons, by the way, one of the modifications made in order to lift the power output of the engine for the RCZ R, and they are a company Marler with a tremendous racing pedigree. Another feature which adds to the fabulous handling of the RCZ R is the Torsen limited slip differential, which helps with power delivery. That's the same limited slip diff fitted to the legendary Ford Focus RS. And despite all the power and the tremendous handling, this is also an economical vehicle. 44 is the combined MPG quoted by Peugeot, and driving the car myself, I've certainly seen very economical figures indeed, provided that you restrain your right foot and don't hammer it to the floor too often. Great service history as well on this vehicle, 6 main dealer services and the last one from an independent, and that is annual servicing since the car was new in 2015. It drives perfectly, it's flown through our inspections, and we're very impressed indeed by the mechanics of this vehicle. If you go fast, of course, you need to stop fast as well and look at the brakes on this machine. Alcoa brakes, huge discs, and one of the most striking visual features, in fact, as you approach an RCZ R in the car park. They really look fabulous too, with the racing red calipers. The tyres, Avon ZV7s all round, brilliant grip and great handling too. So thanks for watching. It's been a huge pleasure to show you this rare RCZ R. With Sports and Touring, we're just outside Andover in Hampshire. Open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to email, telephone or WhatsApp us if you'd like to arrange to come and see the car in person or by video call. We can send you a link to our Google Drive where we've got high-resolution photographs and copies of important documents which you can view as well. If you've got a car you need to dispose of, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you need to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA. Thanks again for watching. I do hope I'll hear from you soon.